Okay, today I have this Nextwave set-top box, TDR3200. This is from, geez, I'm trying to think when these came out. Probably, still going. Probably around the 2000 and, was it as late as 2005? Somewhere around there, 2003 to 2005 I think these came out. And this is just an old one I had lying around. I was actually about to chuck it out because it's no longer working. The good thing about these are only a standard definition, so they're well and truly obsolete now anyway. But the good thing was these actually had an RF modulator in them, so they were handy in the workshop and that sort of thing, because you could actually, once all the analog TV got switched off, you could actually decode digital TV and have an RF output out of the same box. Obviously you can just add a modulator to anything with a composite output, but this was kind of handy. I think this was actually one that belonged to a friend for a while, and I think it got a new tuner in it under warranty. Something played up on the RF. It's got this weird setup with two sets of sockets, and if you didn't get them hooked up all the right way, they would be a bit funny, these boxes, but something died in it and they did fix it under warranty. And then I think years later it had the common problem with these, which is the power supply died in it, and it was basically obsolete then, so I took it and think I actually got it going again. I guess we could have a quick look at that. And then what happened is it was around here for years, didn't get that much use, but that actual RF section has died again, the modulator in it, or something to do. It seems to tune alright and come out the AV fine, as we comedy, I'm just reading that on the screen, as we currently have got it, not ABC comedy / kids, and it's actually still picking up alright. Yeah, I've got the antenna in it, but there's no RF out and it is obsolete, and I was going to chuck it out, and the only reason that saved it, or gave it a short reprieve, does that front open? No, it does. There's no card slots or anything in it. Is because I remember this has actually got a game in it. This has actually got, it might even have a couple of games in it, but it's got, the one I can't remember what it's called, but this has actually got Tetris built into it. I remember playing it with the guy's kid, who was kind of a kid back then, an older kid. But it does actually have the Tetris game, and I think there was some other game, Minesweeper or something, was it? One of those kind of games. Just people got talking about some of the games built into televisions, and I remember this set-top box has actually got one built in. I haven't bothered opening it up since I last looked at it. We used to fix these by replacing all the caps in the power supply, because they basically all just cooked. I think these sort of came out around the era of the capacitor plague or whatever they called it, that affected computer motherboards and everything. And these ones certainly carked it. I think they didn't get that long out of warranty, maybe 2 years old or something. And the power supplies, every cap in them was bulging from memory, so I think they must have been some of those ones made in China that they stole the partial recipe for the electrolyte off the Japanese, off Rubicon or someone, and probably by purposeful sabotage, I like to think it was. They, this intellectual property they stole was actually wrong. So hopefully someone nailed them with that by giving them what they thought was the proper recipe, and it wasn't. Serve them bloody right. And not so good for all the consumers that bought things with those caps in them though. And these would cook themselves big time. Oop, just lost the picture for some reason. Yeah, this is a power supply, and they look like Wagner capacitors I've put in there. But the funny thing was, it was quite a big job to, by the time we pulled all the bits and unsoldered them all, found all the right values, replaced them all. Bit of messing around, but we found out we could actually buy the whole power supply for $15 or something ridiculous, so you could actually just swap the whole thing. And there's probably a problem. It's a Samsung tuner / RF modulator. That's the type of unit they used in the later VCRs. So it's got basically a demodulator. Basically, I'm not so sure with the set-top boxes, but I guess these are fed roughly the same RF input. So in a VCR, these were quite a good little module, though this has got a lot more pins than the usual ones. They first came out, I think, in Funai videos in the early 90s, but you could actually put a RF signal in, and with a few voltages you could tune any channel you wanted in and get AV out, basically composite video out, and you could also feed composite back into them, and it would modulate it up to whatever the local channels were, depending whether it was a UHF out or VHF. But they were a really handy module. I wish I hadn't thrown all my ones away, because they were quite useful if you wanted to either tune something in. You could actually just set like a trim pot on it, 10-turn pot or whatever you wanted out of something, and just set that to the voltage, the VT line, voltage tuning line. If you had about 30 volts with one of those little regulators into it, and you could basically tune it to a particular channel and leave it set to that if you wanted to demodulate that, or so any RF channel, any kind of RF signal you got, could be from anything, convert that to composite, or vice versa. You could convert composite to RF in a nice little compact unit, but you did need a few power supply lines to run them. I think 12 volts. If you wanted to tune something, you needed up to 30 volts, but of course if it was lower down in the band, you probably could have got away without that. Then you just have to set either VL, VH or U band. So if it was down somewhere in the V low or something, or like channel 6 here, which is in the VH band, but down the bottom, you probably could have just, even 12 volts or something might have been enough to actually tune the channel you wanted in. But they were quite a handy little thing. But yeah, this is still looking okay, but it hasn't had a lot of use since I fixed it, I don't think. Got some 105-degree caps in there and some low ESR, a bit of a mix of two types there. So they were quite a common thing for playing up. What's it actually got in here? IBM. I wasn't expecting that. Digital set-top box integrated controller. Power PC. So it's an IBM Power PC. I probably didn't take much notice before, or if I did, it was so long ago, I long forgotten about it. But yeah, I wasn't expecting IBM. Some sort of memory chip, no doubt. Not sure what that one is. Not a lot in these things. Vulcan standard version 1.2. No idea what that is either. Caution for continued protection. Replace the same type of fuse. Usual warning. Very cheapo power supply in them. As stated, they were the bad capacitor ones, I think, though these other caps in them, the main board seems to run alright. But there was an issue with something in this. Looking at that, has someone replaced it? I think someone might have actually. Might be a bit messier soldering on this unit than factory, and a few of the pins are uneven lengths here. I wonder if someone's put a new one of those in it. I bought it from another repair place. They used to sell these, or agents or something, so I got a few of them off them for people that wanted them, and yeah, I took it back there and they fixed it under warranty, whatever it was. And then yeah, all these power supplies just started dying, and it was quite common to see these for repair for a while. And yeah, it was a good thing when we found out only $15 for the part. A lot less labour and messing around to swap the whole power supply over. Whether the caps were much better in that one or not, I don't know. It probably went another 2 years and failed again potentially, but given how hot this runs, and these are often sitting on top of TVs, like they literally were a set-top box. So they ran hot, or they were crammed in the TV cabinet below with other VCRs and whatever, and they did tend to have a pretty hot life, so it wasn't the best for them. And in the lounge room, probably need the heater and stuff, so it wasn't the best for most of this electronics. Now, did I flick the switch? I reckon that's what I did. So it has a little display on the front here, and I'm not sure if we're on or off at the moment. I can never tell with these ones whether they're actually on or off. I think we're off. It says on. Then it comes up with some random, I don't know if that's channel 23, I guess. Yeah, ABC channel 23. And we've got the old remote for it, a B-02 Nextwave Plus. Runs on a couple of AAA batteries. And I guess we'll have a look at the TV screen and I'll get this game up. So that's just the TV. What was it? ABC Kids or something I think we're on. Got a bit of a menu there, so it still picks up SD alright, but most of the channels now, or maybe not most, but a lot of channels have migrated onto the high definition stuff, so you can't get as much as you used to. Not that I really watch it anymore, but if you do want to watch the channels, you should get a few of these coming up. Optus CEO resigns after the channel outage. Channel outage, I should say network outage, because it's not a TV channel. So there should be a menu button here somewhere. TV STB menu, there it is, down below the teletext and stuff. Installation, there we go, games number 7, Tetris and what is it, Sokoban. Oh, this is that one you had to... What do you have to do? Push the little blocks back. Oh, that looks a bit difficult. Well, if we put that one there... Yeah, one of these strategy games, I think the idea was to push them back over... Yeah, to fill... Oh, you got to fill 6 of them, I guess. Which is all the blocks, so I don't know, I think I've already stuffed it up. Oh yeah, we can push it down. Oh, how do we get that one anywhere? We've got to move... Is there anything else I can do? Next group, previous level, next level, undo. So I've only got an undo. And I kind of stuffed it up already. So if I push that the other way, it gets stuck there. So is that all you can do? There must be something else. No, so long since I've seen it. Looks like you can undo every step of the game. How do we start a new game? Next level, green. So you can skip them, I guess. Anyway, that's enough of that one. Let's try Tetris. Yeah, why is the TV getting upset? Oh, does it? Oh, I get a feeling this affects the TV as well as the... yeah. This remote's got the same codes, I think. Go away. Just to be annoying. Menu to start game. And how do we rotate? Okay. Ah, yeah, if I point that at the TV, we're going to get the menu every time. So we do share some codes between Dick Smith and whatever it really is. And this set-top box. Ah, for God's sake, what do you give me here? Well, they give you what you don't want, I guess. Oh, yeah. Can't rotate it if it's up against the wall. Didn't know that. Well, I probably did once. So you can mess around on your set-top box and play a bit of Tetris. And that doesn't flip over the way I want it. Damn. That's the one I want. The Fool's gave me the one I wanted. It's not very much like the game. And you can have endless hours of fun. Find this. God, this must be an easy level or something. And just when I say that, they give me lots of squares. Yeah, too easy. Even that weird one comes in handy occasionally. Well, that's not quite going to do what I want. Can I flip it that way? Oh, look at that, made for it. Huh, man, when do you ever get the whole lot? So at least they're not making it too hard. Ooh, that's a bit of a... Not much you can do with that one really, so when it's the first one, we're going to have a level we can't get rid of easy. Oh, now you give me that one. Yeah, I think I'll just stack it on top of that. Looks like we're going to hit the top before we get any... Oh, look at these. Just so they suckered me in with an easy one. How many are they going to do with these things? Oh no. Well, is there any point? Well, I'm going to have to, I guess, aren't I? I don't know what I'm going to do there. What's the bit? Whatever it is doesn't fit. Oh, it does fit. So now we're going to build a second level to get back to that level. done to me here? Well, I guess we can try and get the third level. Should I do that? Oh, I'm going to take a level out for the hell of it. Probably not the nicest way to do it. But sometimes you got to cheat a bit. Damn, that one doesn't have anything. Well, at least we can smash that out of there. Because I mean, how else do you deal with that rubbish they gave me on the blue stuff? Well, that can go anywhere really, can't it? But we can get rid of one of those. Oh, look at that, they actually gave me the right one. So they're not too harsh on me. Now we're doing some damage to it. But it's always a bit risky building them up too far. But admittedly, it is kind of addictive once you start doing it. Like a lot of these little games. I think we'll just have to smash that down there and get rid of one. Because yeah, they're probably going to start dropping a ton of this rubbish again. Well, those pink ones are coming when I want them. But I've got too much ACD for this, I want to get rid of all of them. Oh, we're getting back there. Oh! Lucky it's not a fast-paced game. What is that, a 4-banger? I wonder, oh, it does go that way. Ooh, now my OCD can get better now. Can't have those lines with gaps in them anyway. Oh, I almost got back to, oh, that's not going to fit, is it? Back to clearing it out again. That's going to make it difficult, but anyway, it is what it is. So it's almost worth keeping just for the game, but I don't have time these days really. Like you could keep an old Nokia phone, I guess, for the Snake, and it probably would be fun to actually play it again. Maybe that's why they still sell a reasonable price second hand. Someone has a hankering for playing a bit of Snake. Well, we've got no choice here. Yeah, maybe I'll just dump that there. Tempting to blow another line, but this we can just do that, I guess. That'll get rid of another one. Wow. Sent me one of those horrible blue ones when I actually needed it. But yeah, always kind of a fun game to mess around with. Come on, give me a, yeah, one of them. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, it's 2. Yeah, even the rubbish ones are good sometimes. Look at that. Come on, square. Yeah. Of course it's not. Now, do I risk putting that down there? Well, I'm gonna. Ah, it had to be the other way around, didn't it? Oh, you. Get off the bloody screen. They know exactly what you need, and that's what they don't give you. Yeah, that's not much use. Guess I've got to put that one lower, but don't think it's that much of a hassle. Okay, so that's it. Once you stop, you don't. Once you start, you don't want to stop. But let's get rid of that. Oh, where's the menu? Doesn't want to escape. Oh well, we'll turn it off. That'll get rid of it. But anyway, I thought I'd have a quick look at that for old time's sake. I think it'll still end up in the e-waste. But now I've had a bit of a play of that, I almost want to keep it. So yes, a bit of an interesting thing that's sometimes hiding inside of these things. And I thought it'd be a bit of fun to have a look just for something for old time's sake. I think one of the TVs I looked at, one of the Dick Smith, or I forget what it was, one of those sort of brand ones that had a game in here. One of the ones I looked at, one of the CRTs I looked at before. So they do pop up in a few things. But yeah, bit of an interesting old one. So thanks for watching.